To open this series of Pure Flying NZ, we're travelling to the Kahurangi National Park for a helicopter trip into a remote tributary of the Karamea River. The Karamea is the main river in the national park, and while it has some good fishing in parts, it is the tributaries of this huge system that are the real gems. Kahurangi National Park is the second biggest park in New Zealand, and it covers an enormous area. Access into the remote tributaries by foot involves many days of walking, and in early season, this is especially difficult due to the unpredictable weather. Helicopters offer quick access and maximise the short windows of good weather that do present themselves. The Karamea system is famous for big brown trout, and often in very good numbers. The crystal clear water allows for great sight fishing, and if you time things right, you might just get them to rise to a dry fly. On this mission, we have Mike Kirkpatrick, one of New Zealand's most experienced guides with multiple trips into Kahurangi under his belt. He pretty much knows the place like the back of his hand. Joining Mike is Pure Fly regular Andrew Harding. He's made the journey down from Wellington and will be fishing the Kahurangi for the first time in many years. It's November, and as typical for this time of year, a large weather system has hit the coast and is dumping a lot of rain. Calling on his vast experience in the area, Mike makes the call to proceed anyway, as he feels the rivers will drop into shape quickly, and will get a good crack at it over the 3 days of fishing.
Got a beautiful day in the Kahurangi this morning after a few days of pretty heavy rain, so heading on a trip with Mike Kirkpatrick into the hills. It's been long overdue, so looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait.
There we go, sunshine. It'll be your first trip into the Karamea.
Mine since I was about a teenager, I think.
Cool. Oh, but you going with your dad, did you?
Yeah, when I was probably about 8.
Oh, yeah. Now, well, the weather's looking like it's improved. I mean, you know what it was like yesterday. Looking pretty dodgy, but big weather bomb coming through. But I think on this side of it, we'll have a river that's probably pretty full, but coming down.
Sounds perfect conditions to me, Mike.
Yeah, not the likelihood, I don't think, of anyone being in there given what's transpired the last couple of days weather-wise. So I always say to my clients, it's like a magic carpet ride, hopping into one of these things and your destination.
It's pretty apt description, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very smooth chopper, isn't it?
Oh, nice, like a big old bus.
Yeah, well, some reason you always think a two-bladed chopper's been a bit more vibration, but it's a bit smoother than it used. There's the river down there. Got a bit of colour in it, but nothing major.
Look, it's very dirty, but it's not big. It's not, into the banks much. So that'll come down pretty quick.
It's pretty steep country in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yep. Oh, yeah. She's looking pretty good.
A lot of old timber in the water. It's obviously changed its course a fair bit over the years. It's pretty clear up that river where we're going. White.
Yep.
Certainly fishable.
That is our destination.
The river looks in good condition, so the plan is to throw the gear into the hut and to quickly rig up and get into the waders to make the most of the rest of the day.
Well, she's looking pretty damn good, considering that weather bomb that come in. I was a bit concerned that it might be up quite high, might miss a half a day maybe, but it's perfect now.
Oh, she chucked it down last night, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
3 o'clock or so this morning, it was just pounding. I was getting a little bit nervous, to be honest.
Yeah, but the conditions are good, I don't think there's not going to be much wind.
Yeah.
It's starting to warm up a little bit, so it looks good.
So we're in mid to late November now, so what are the chances of getting a few fish up on eating off the top, Mike?
Pretty good actually, because we've always done quite well with Colabiscus in here, which is quite a large mayfly.
It's the big yellow bodied fly, isn't it?
Yeah, well they're sort of chocolate brown. They have the yellow wing bud at the base, and sometimes at the tail and the head. So there's
Okay.
quite a bit. So yellow's a prominent part of the fly. Yeah.
Like I always, when a river's coming down after a fresh, generally pretty good. So I'm pumped. Like, there's got to be dislodging a few insects here and there.
Yep.
It's a great time to fish. And it's a river I've never been on before, and it's looking at it, it's a really nice, manageable size. So
Yeah.
not too big, easy to cross. Fish should be easy to spot with a bit of luck. Upstream breeze too.
Absolutely.
Let's get into it, mate.
Yep.
I can't wait. Certainly beats sitting in the office, that's for sure.
Yep. I always like that moment when the chopper leaves, and you have this
Sense of
just everything just fades away, it just melts away, and you're here suddenly, and it's almost surreal. As long as I've done it, it's still surreal.
Well, for me, the elation's coming into somewhere and not seeing a tent or boots drying or somewhere else. You've got it to yourself.
Yeah, yep. So that's a Colabiscus Humeralis, the laughing mayfly. It's distinctive with the yellow buds at the base of the wing, and I wasn't sure if it's a male or female, but often they have yellow around the head and around the tail. But that's what we expected to see, and I've got one tied on already. Yeah, and these are quite this time of the year, certainly that's what I expect to see. I mentioned it to Andrew before we left, we're likely to see that. And they'll hatch in good numbers, and the fish really like them. It's a big mouthful for a mayfly, probably up to a size 12. Hopefully, when the fish start feeding, because they haven't yet, they'll start eating these.
It is.
Facing that way, yep.
I think it's moving.
Is it moving? Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Sure that's swaying.
I'm sure it moved.
Yeah, no, I think it looks like it. I'm just until it moves, so I'm not gonna, I never commit.
The sandflies.
I'm not one of the. There's one.
Yeah,
It's not. There's one. It's not. I always wait.
That's a fish. It's a fish.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky trying to spot fish. There's a bit of colour in the water, but just while Mike was outlining what a collie is, there's a faint shape in there, and I think it's a fish. But
No, it is. Yep. Just saw him.
yeah, it's a fish. So the master's confirmed it.
So, would you want to rock paper scissors for the first go, or?
Yeah, mate, go. 1, 2, 3. You're up.
There we go.
Took the dry, eh?
Come out of half a metre of water to eat the dry.
That's a good sign, Mike.
Well, considering they haven't really fed yet. It's amazing, eh? The first drift looked really good. And the second one was even better. And he ignored that nymph and come straight up on it. So it's nice to have this, figured on the way in that they'd probably be on collies from past history, then to find one on a rock to confirm that after we already had one tied on, and the fish reconfirmed that by eating it.
Great to get it eat off the top so early in the morning.
Oh, and he smashed it. When he saw it, he smashed it.
Yeah, he came up.
He elevated quick. Yeah, lovely brown. Yeah, around the 5.5, I'd imagine. Well, we got an eel down there having a.
Yes. Quite a fat eel too, isn't he?
Yep. Not yet. I'll just try and I'll get alongside you a little bit and try and lift his head on you.
I've never missed a net shot, Mike. 30 years, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That eel's getting hungry.
And the eel and the fish knows it too.
He's making me nervous.
You look this way. Okay, this time. No. Yeah, sorry, one more time round.
We'll get him. Fucking hell. I saw a stick then, I freaked out.
He's a tough fish. Got him this time, eh? Yep. Well done, mate.
First fish, mate. Good way to start the day.
He started elevating. I thought he was going to hit the nymph. He ignored that, went straight up vertically to the top and smacked that Colabiscus dry, size 12.
big brown trout sight fished on a dry fly in a small river deep in the wilderness is the pinnacle for fly fishing and the perfect start to the adventure.
Yeah, it's like
Straight opposite you. There's one. There it is. Straight across. That is a fish. Saw its tail. Big bastard. See it?
oh, how far are you talking?
Oh, right over. 3 metres out from the bank on the other side.
On the other side. No, I don't see anything.
Oh. Fuck, it looked fishy then. If it is, it'll be a big bastard. Huge.
Oh, there.
Yeah, fucking huge if it is one.
That's 5 metres from the other. Oh, it's a fish. Absolutely a fish.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I've seen it move.
Got a nice fish just seen on the other side there. It's down fairly deep, but he came back just as Mike and I were looking at him and smoked a dry off the surface, so it's a good sign. It's quite a decent fish. Unlike the other ones, it's quite smoky grey colour, so you know, it's not the typical greenback ones I've seen this morning. I'll throw a reach cast into here, like you basically throw your line up to mitigate the drag that you're going to get across. It may not work, but we're going to find out very shortly.
The nymph, eh?
Yeah, it's a bit delayed.
Well done, sir.
It's got to be a bit of a party, I think. Once I get this under control. There we go. Come for a wander, Mike.
You on your bike, son? I'll follow you.
Little manic backcountry pheasant tail. Great fly.
Do you think that's the same fish? Do you reckon that might be another fish?
I don't know. I did wonder
that was
that.
past him.
He didn't look that big, did he?
No.
But
I
he-
wondered about that.
He was in the zone. He's ready, I think, Mike.
Yeah, I'm coming out. Look, he's going to run. You got his head. Here we go.
Nicely done. Yeah, I think that's a smaller one.
No,
It's
I think you might be right.
It's not the one we're looking at, but
Because I thought that was below him.
oh yeah,
That was 2 metres below the fish.
yeah. Well, it's nice to break my Kahurangi duck after 20 odd years. It's a long time since I caught a fish in this catchment. This one's quite interesting. It was sitting quite deep, but I don't think it was the one that I was casting to. It just goes to show you how hard they are to see these fish, you know. Yeah, that's a nice 3.5, 4 pound fish sitting in behind one that was much bigger, and we couldn't see him down there. But beautiful fish, just stunning, just gorgeous. I've got money on this pull. That river's clearing pretty fast. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
hang on, stop. What's that right there in the middle?
oh, yeah, right at the edge.
Yep. No, right in the middle.
There's one here. Big good fish. So, up ahead of us we have what many would consider the New Zealand dream. A wilderness river, good sized brown, lying at an edge in shallow water, rising into the sunline. It honestly doesn't get much better than that. My hands are starting to shake a little bit as we speak. It's just, as long as you do it, you never get over that stuff. It is amazing. So I'll sneak in behind him a little bit of an upstream breeze, so I'll just push the cast a touch further right than I think, and it should settle just to his right. Don't want to go on his left, that's for sure. It's slack water, they get too good a look at the fly, they're turning and opening, exposing the side of their mouth, and more often than not you pull the dry out, so you want to going up and away into the faster water to take it. Well, not getting any better than that, and he completely
Here he
ignored
comes.
it.
I know. Oh,
I'll give him one more.
you fed then, Mike. Nice. Oh, denied.
He's refused that. The first one didn't look at, the second one he did. I'll give it one more against my better judgment.
Oh,
Go now. It's a matter of getting it in the right place. Oh, don't go down there. If he's going to go down there. Skates on. Go back upstream, go on. You know you want to. Come on, lead him upstream.
nice fish. Well done, Mike.
I've chucked a couple of, the first two casts were what I'd consider perfect. They just straight over him, slightly to the right, didn't register. Had a look at the second one, put heaps of casts out to the right, like 5 or 6. And I kept thinking, I don't know that he's seen it still. And finally put one, and as I put it out there, he rose near it, and then he saw it. And after he'd finished rising to a natural, he took mine.
That's a sitter, Mike.
Yep, I would consider it a sitter. Don't hit the trees behind you, that's the one. You got the nymph on still, have you?
Yeah, I'll leave it on.
Oh, he's pulling this way.
Yeah, he's just under the surface there, so there's a bit of to watch a bit of drag. Here he comes. This might be a different one, straight opposite me.
Or is it him that's just gone to the bottom? That's dragging.
Oh, I'm going to chuck a nymph on because it's a pretty hard spot to get. There's a lot of drag in there. What's happening is there's an upstream breeze and it's laying the leader out. What I'm actually trying to do is a parachute cast, so I want it to sort of wiggle in nicely so there's heaps of slack so I can get a good drift, but it's just not working with that upstream breeze there.
Yeah, I hate upstream breezes.
Great when the cicadas are on, but otherwise tough work.
I'll show you an easier way to fish a fish like that in a minute. It's a big mayfly hopping on the surface there.
Yep, yeah, he's still feeding. It's got some weight, Mike. Nice. Was that a worm?
Yeah, same.
Hey?
It was the same fly, just added split shot.
Did you put another fly in front of it?
Hey?
Have you got another fly in front of it?
Same fly, added split shot.
Oh, split shot, right.
You weren't getting down to it.
I don't use split shot, makes me feel dirty.
He went about 1.5 meters to take that.
I don't think it's getting anywhere near the bottom on that thing. It's one of Kyle's ones. Kyle's worms.
Oh Jesus, Harding, what are you doing?
I didn't do it, the fish did it. I thought he was in the bag there.
Oh, the drag was set. Thank you, sir. Well done.
Older fish, isn't he?
Yep.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
I should carry split shot, I really should.
Yeah, Andrew had a pretty tricky drift and just couldn't quite get the fly, and the fish was moving so much, couldn't get the fly to where he was at the right time. And they went deep and another one joined it, and thought, oh, Andrew had a few casts and couldn't quite get a drift, so I knocked a bit of weight on the same rig and drilled it right between his eyes, and he swung over and took it.
By converting that difficult chance, Mike has demonstrated the benefit of his years of guiding experience in this fishery. And even though the fishing has been good, he feels that the numbers are little down from previous years. Still, the opportunities continue to roll on in a spectacular fishery.
Hey mate, just found one up here. There's one just around this bush, right up in the eye, quite deep, sort of angling into the current, so something heavy probably.
It's one of Kyle Adams' patterns actually. It's a sort of stonefly creeper hybrid, a couple of tungsten beads on it. This fish is sitting pretty deep. So we'll see what happens. Not the easiest spot.
Well done! Woohoo! Now that's oh
Okay.
bad luck, mate. It was good fishing. He didn't actually move much either.
Elevated a bit.
Oh, bad luck.
You get that?
Hey.
Big old boy, eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good fish.
There's actually 3 fish in this pool here, so there's one right in front of me here, but it's quite soft water, but he's on a funny angle, so it's going to be one of those ones quite hard to pick the take, to look for the mouth, I think. But I'm going to go for a dry dropper on him just to see. If that fails, there's another one in front of him, so that should be it. Certainly see it.
There he goes. Oh, yep.
Saw him come over, eh?
We took something else. It's like my dry fly hit before.
Yeah, he might have had that sooner than we think.
No, no, I saw his mouth go. He come over and took a natural, and he was out there, and then we came back, he saw your nymph.
Bit of a leaner one, I think.
Yeah, and I saw his mouth from side on flash.
It's tricky when they're sitting in that soft water, Mike, you know.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to... I knew something was happening. I'm pretty sure he had the fly, but I couldn't quite tell when.
Yeah, initially he went and took a natural, his mouth went, and then he came back and saw yours and his mouth went again.
It's a bit skinny.
Yeah, he is a bit. Yeah, wee bit of an eel, but...
A wee bit.
It's a good catch though, good bit of angling.
Well, it's quite funny, quite often when the fish is, you're coming up behind it, you can't tell the condition of the fish, but this old boy he's an old battler, pretty thin through the back. I doubt very much he's going to put condition on again, but they're still majestic old things to catch, and they're still just as hard to fool as some of the other ones, so still a win in my book.
Well, and people, you always see on the social media stuff and even the glitzy photos of big fish, but the reality is that you do get these skinny guys. These guys are on the way out,
People don't show these fish, eh?
Yeah,
We'll get them back in and won't stress them out, eh? Just to see old boy.
Picking on the old man.
Yeah.
Good angling though, mate. Well done. Fish in here. He's feeding and he's in a shit of a place.
That's anticipation, and if ever I saw it, taking your bag off and getting your net, and you haven't even hooked it.
Forewarned is forearmed, Andrew.
I like the way you back yourself.
Well, now I'm going to have to really bully him. Get out of there. Come over here. I'm going to have to get him stuff upstream and stuff downstream. I've got to absolutely bully him and risk busting him, but try and take some steam out. If he goes down there, I've got no room. I'm going to try and keep him up.
Nice fish, Mike.
No, it's not bad, but really put the brakes on him. I might try and get him in here now, really bully him. Yeah, he's quite a good fish. Oh, here you go. No, you probably don't stalk him, Andrew. Yep. I'll get him to you. There you go. Oh, ugly, but well done. That's all we could do.
Good
I don't
fish.
like doing that, but that's your classic, really see, suss out, strategise, understand the only way you're going to get him is by going right over into him so you don't get any drag.
Where was he,
Put
Mike?
the cast right in the slack stuff.
Wow.
Put the cast
Well done.
like up and out, make him go out so you can see the take, and then set the hook and hope that with this stuff around, you've got a fallen log here to go around and you've got a fallen one down there. And that was the worry, because there was almost no room to get him around it. Well, he was right in the slack stuff.
Yeah.
See the suds coming down over there?
What did that take, a worm, was it?
No, little 16, 2.2 mil beaded soft tackle.
Heavy and small. Oh, right.
Yep. Yeah, little 16. Dispensing with the, we talked about it yesterday, and that dispensing with the indicators and dries and stuff
Yeah.
when they're in that tricky water, just to get a cleaner drift and back yourself to pick the take.
Oh, well done. Nicely played.
There's been a lot of smaller mayflies hatching in the last sort of half hour or so, and he was in a little sort of slot of sort of calmer water behind a tree, and it took probably, I think it was about 2 casts, and he came over, didn't use an indicator, because in that sort of water, indicator's probably going to cause a bit of drag. And second cast he swung up and grabbed it. I think dry droppers in that situation aren't so good when you've got to reach across the current, because if the dry sits here, nymph out here, this is likely to be sitting in the faster water and it's going to drag the fly.
It is the end of a hectic first day. Both lads got on the board with nice fish, but Mike feels the numbers of trout seen were a little bit lower than he would normally expect. Perhaps as the river drops overnight, more fish will reveal themselves for tomorrow's fishing. Going back to a warm hut is a luxury in such a remote place. It allows clothes to be dried and a leisurely dinner to be cooked away from the sandflies. The boys look at a few photos from the day and then hit the sack early in preparation for tomorrow.
Had a great night's sleep last night in the backcountry hut. Middle of nowhere, I love it. The only sounds you got are the moorporks and the wekas and your fishing companions snoring, which is akin to a Massey Ferguson tractor, unfortunately. Anyway, pushing on up the river today. It's a beautiful day again, there's no one around. And we've got a few fish up to dries yesterday, so hopefully we can pull a few out of the pools today. They're pretty tricky fish, quite technical fishing, something I'm not overly used to, but we've got Mike there to guide us through the tricky stuff, which is great. A little half day tomorrow, and then chop her back out to civilization and catch up with what the real world's been doing. I'd rather stay here, to be honest, though. Plan, Mike, to bowl on up to where we finished off yesterday.
Yep, we will. And yesterday was slow almost right through the day, but I snuck down this morning, had a quick look, and I found 3 feeding fish straight away.
Oh, nice.
So what they weren't doing yesterday, they're doing today, so that's good.
Good. I'm on the back foot a little bit by a couple of fish, so I need to get in front of you. Not that I'm competitive at all, but
Of course not.
yeah, it's just the right thing to do to even up the game a little bit, you know. Oh, let's get into it and
All right.
push on up the valley, yeah.
Good man. So I've just hit the track for a while, popped down into the river and just found one straight away in a spot I was telling Andrew yesterday there's normally a fish over the other side of this rock, because we come up the other side yesterday. Had a good look and he wasn't there, and true to form today, they seem to be out. So I think Andrew's up. He's got to claw one back maybe.
Point him out again, Mike.
See the white rock?
Yeah, the big slabby one in the middle there.
Not the one up the top, but on the drop off. So just out from the point of the rock,
Yeah.
the dry rock, and see.
Oh yeah, I got a shape there. Is it? Okay, yeah, I got him now.
Yeah.
All right.
He's on about a 45 on that
Yep,
rock.
I got him. All right. Time to party. So he's about a metre out from the tip and a metre up from the tip of the dry rock.
Nicely done.
Nothing like
Good
a dry
fish
fly
too.
take. Go this way, go this way.
Don't go that way. He's all right, he's all right.
He's in front of that rock, isn't he? Well, that was a bit more elevated than the surface, that one, so classic eat. That was great.
Big head come up. Nicely done, Andrew.
Number 10 Para Adams there. Old backcountry standby.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go the other side of that rock, that's the problem.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay. Now, you did well at the beginning.
You ready? Ready? Beautiful. Whew. Thanks, Michael.
Well done, sir.
On the board for the day anyway, that's a stunning fish.
Yeah, lovely fish, isn't it?
And one on the dry's worth 10 on the nymph, so
So hang on, so I got yesterday 20.
well, it was only for today.
I see. No, lovely fish, mate. Well done.
Not massive, but lovely condition.
Oh, beautiful fish, though.
Yeah, maybe about 4.5 pound. Lovely colours on them. Actually my first dry fly fish of the season, so that's quite nice.
The remarkable thing about these backcountry rivers around sort of west coast is that they fall so quickly, especially if they're a short catchment.
Right.
And this, look at this, we were up to knee deep through here yesterday, and she's touching the ankles now.
Yeah, it was
so-
hard going walking up against the current, but hey, hang on, oh, there's one there.
Yeah, right there. Right on that rock.
Oh, he's
Oh,
feeding
big
as
swing,
well.
Yeah, big swing to the right, yep.
Ah,
Whose turn is it?
mine. That's a sitter.
Oh, mate. Yep.
That's a sitter. You go get him.
I'll try. He's moving around a lot. He hasn't risen. He's nudged the film on an emerger a couple of times, but just cause I'm going to throw a dry, because I like a dry fly yeet. That'd be nice. And if he doesn't take that, then go to a wee emerger, a little soft tackle or something like that. So what I love today, and why I'm so full of anticipation and expectation now, is that this guy's just feeding really well. Yesterday we had little moves here and there, and then periods of inactivity, and some fish just not doing anything. We almost had to force feed them by putting flies right on their nose. But this guy, I'm sure he'll go 2-3 feet to take this. Pretty exciting when you step in behind a fish, you know, he's feeding that well. Oh, that's a hot fish. I love it when they take dries, eh? Try and scare them away from this log. There's a gap under it. Yep, just saw collies coming off as I was walking up, and I was deciding between a smaller and a larger dry fly. And this guy, suggested he might take a dry, but the collie started hatching off, so sealed the deal on what fly. And he's pretty tough. Come back here. Oh, counter punch, counter punch, counter punch. Oh. Get out of there. He's trying to get into a cave. He's right in the cave. And out. They're really fighting hard today. Beautiful condition. Beautiful colours as well, actually. It's always that moment playing a fish when you really want to see what he looks like. And when they're battling this hard, it's never in the bag. Might be a bit bigger than I thought. It's about 4 or 5 pound. Oh, he's about that. Come on, fish. Oh, crazy strong. Oh, good on him. Oh, lovely fish. Whew. For me, it's never been about the size of the fish, but the circumstance and the surroundings and the people you're with, you know, and this was, you know, hanging out here with Andrew and seeing that fish, going through the anticipation of him eating a dry and then him actually doing it, it's just top draw, you know. And that's just a absolutely, it's just a majestic fish. Fat, gorgeous colours and really strong.
There's one up there off the
orange rock.
Off the current, off the side of the current.
See the orange rock?
Yeah, that's
He's
the one I'm
right
looking at.
smack in the middle of
he's
it,
feeding well. Yeah. Oh,
I don't see anything here though. Oh, oh yes.
textbook stuff.
Oh, that's lovely. It
Angled
was it's like yesterday one came out of half a metre. It's close to that.
Yeah, no, it's good fish. Good size. I think I'm going to have a hot one here. I've got a hot one.
They're in the mood today.
Yeah, that was textbook stuff, that. As they always are when it comes to
It
me.
was just a dry, wasn't a dry dropper.
Nah, just a dry. 14 para Adams.
You want me down below you?
Yeah, I was taking him down the bottom of the pool. I think got a feeling he's going to give me a bit of trouble, this one.
Oh, he's a bit of a lump, isn't he?
Yeah, no, it's 5 and a bit maybe. I don't want him to get anywhere near that log.
Remember I said about them being strong?
Yeah, they're very strong. It's a good fish. It's a good fish.
Uh-oh, we're going to run into a bit of trouble here.
I'm going to have to go to the side of the rock. I'm going to have to go down.
I could see this happening actually, yep.
This is what we refer to as a hot one. Beautiful textbook cast, take, and then screamed off down the pool jumping. And you've got to follow him, but you've also got to follow them through this pocket water, and they'll try to get under the ledges, and there's a lot of sticks under there. It's not easy, but he's a beautiful lump of brown. Stunner.
They're strong, eh? They're really strong.
Yeah. You were saying that they're great fighters in here, and that just proved it.
Yeah.
You know, seeing your one go ape shit up there, and this one, we've come 200 metres downstream.
A long way, yeah.
One in the tail, was there?
Well, where I'm pointing. It's actually really hard to see, but I just, it was just the faintest of shapes, and then waited for a little window and you could see the fins. He nailed it. He had to get it another 6 inches further, straight over him. And he wasn't sure, was he?
No.
He was almost invisible, literally almost invisible. And I stood up on the log as a last resort just to look in, and just a merest shape.
Well, it's beautiful cobbly bottom over there. You've got those really light dark and then green.
And what gave him away was a tiny bit of orange.
Yeah.
You go there, and set your ground. I'll try and, yeah, he knows you're there. As you're getting closer, he's getting angry about it.
That's a lovely fish, actually.
Oh, giving the armour workout today.
Well, you've got little arms, so.
You just can't quite, might be able to get him now. Yeah, well done, Andrew. Well, the morning's panned out just beautifully. The fish are all up on dries. The parries are squawking, all's good. But yeah, I just hopped up on this log because I couldn't see in this sort of fast water out here, and literally all he was just an orangey shape, colour. So I waited to get a little slick and then noticed that, yep, sure it had fins. It didn't move at all. Put a couple of casts this side of him. Finally got one right over him, and he smacked it. Yeah, we're probably about lunchtime now, so we're in for a big day. I think I expect it to sort of increase from here on in. I think they'll get more and more up on the top, so it's looking really good.
Fly fishing is a great leveller. Just when you think you have it all figured out, things will happen that you didn't expect. That is why it's such a compelling sport, as you're always learning. Just when it looked like the good start to the morning's fishing was going to carry on, the fish went to ground, and for a couple of hours the boys saw very few feeding trout, despite walking through some fantastic holding water.
Nothing obvious. More beautiful water. It's just beautiful pool after beautiful pool, and we're not seeing a thing. It's just amazing, though. Where do they go? I think they're fairly hatch driven on these rivers, something I'm not really used to. So, you know, when the insects aren't hatching, they'll go down the bottom of the pools and they'll just sit down their doggo until they start to hatch, which we don't know when that's going to be. Hoping a bit of cloud cover, a bit of drop in barometer might be coming over, so they might start coming up. And
Just whacked a couple of casts through to see, actually, just through here. Couldn't see into it, so I put a couple of dry flies through just to see if something might come up, but
nothing. Oh, there's two of them there, right next to each other. See them?
yeah.
Oh, we didn't like that. They both didn't like that. They're smaller fish though, eh?
Oh, one here.
There's three of them in there, Mike.
I don't know where to look. Where'd that back one go?
There was two of them there. They both kind of got spooked, I think.
That's okay. He's angling up. Watch the dry, or watch the nymph. Yep. Bad luck.
Quick spit.
Yeah.
He didn't flinch, he's still there.
Yeah, he looked at the dry and
took the
then
nymph.
levelled and hit the nymph.
That was a really fast spit.
We've had a little pressure change. It might have been the barometer dropping ahead of this little front coming through, clouding up, looking like a bit of rain cloud now. And suddenly, after about 2 hours of inactivity, the fish have turned on again. So fingers crossed. He gets them. Oh, that's here. Oh! He took the fly. That's weird because I just tied that on. Oh, it's just busted. No, it's busted clean. Yep, well done.
It is. It's the one. I reckon it's the one you got. It might have your fly because it was a smaller one.
Oh,
What a jump. Nice fat fish. She's probably ready, Mike.
nice.
A dark fish, eh?
On the dry. Boom.
Well, this broke a bit of a dry spell. They've been off the feed a little bit, but Mike just pinned one behind a tree up in front of us there and busted it off, and just happened to see this one just off to the side of him. So first cast, dry, flicked it out, boom. I thought it might have actually been the one Mike just hooked and lost, but he hasn't got his fly in his mouth. So yeah, nice fish to lift the. Haven't had one for a few hours, and I've had a couple of shots and missed a few fish. So nice to get one on the board. Not a huge fish, but you know, lovely condition. Nice Kahurangi brown anyway.
The third and final day dawns warm and bright, with the river now in perfect condition. It's easy to get slack on the last day of a big trip and use old tippet that might be scuffed up, but experienced campaigners like Andrew know the value of checking knots and tying on new tippet where necessary to make the most of any chances that do present themselves. The fellas are hoping to pick their way through the water they've already fished and to get a few before the helicopter turns up in the afternoon.
Well, I think we'll go and fish down lower, fish up towards the middle section because we've covered most of the river. Obviously less numbers than normal. We've got right to the top of the river almost in the 2 days, so we'll check the bottom and see how we go.
So you go over the same water again and hopefully ping a few of the ones we missed the other day.
Yeah, well, I've had a day's full rest, so it should be okay.
River's looking fantastic.
Yeah, she's dropped a lot, eh?
It has, yeah. Just sparkling, you know, backcountry sparkling river. Nothing
Beautiful.
excites me more.
There we go. Well, in the backwater, first little bit of action we saw, he took straight away on that dry. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, nice one.
Well, really nice to hop out, get down, first little bit of water we've looked at, and fish cruising in the backwater. Already had a dry on, anticipating that's what they'll be doing, and sure enough, ate it straight away.
So what's the tactic for today, Mike? How are we going to approach these fish, given that we've been over this water before?
Well, honestly, I think that they'll probably have a little bit of pressure, so we'll just cut the cast, then move on. If they're a bit stiff, if they're feeding, we'll have a crack at them.
Right. And quite often, you know, from experience, you get a second crack at fish you've been over if they're on the chew, so
Yep.
hopefully that comes to fruition.
Yep, hopefully.
Yeah, and we've got a heli pick up a bit later on, so we can't spend too much time on fish, can we?
No, we've got to move up. We've got a bit of country to cover, so. That's good. A little bit of a wake from the, oh, go! Well done, mate. Well done. Oh. Well done, Cobber. Just
And
about
over
getting
to-
a little further down, eh? A little bit more lead on him. don't give in easily, do they?
Beautiful golden colour on that.
Yeah, he's a lovely looking.
I don't think he's ready by any means.
No, he's a pretty fish.
It's not the one you got the other day, is it?
No, when I release mine, I only release them under the condition that they don't allow you to catch them.
Right. There you go, boy. Beautiful.
Right on, sir.
Yeah! Woohoo!
Boom.
Oh,
Nice cast.
touch and go whether that was going to be landed, that one. That's a stunning fish.
Beautiful,
We'll just take him up here. Look. Sort of water I'm used to seeing fishing, but he's right on that far side, tucked in a little pocket there. We'll pop a dry over him and see what happens. He actually missed the fly then. He missed the fly.
Tell you what happened, Andrew, is you got drag. Drag.
No, it wasn't dragging, Mike. Absolutely wasn't dragging. He missed it.
Well, it landed, and as he ate it, I thought it went out the side of his mouth. Well done.
Ooh, solid fish. Didn't think I'd get a second chance at that, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd move up.
That's a donkey. That's a good fish.
That's strong.
Feels wrapped up or
Yeah, I think it's the fly's out
it's pulled into him.
on the fin or something.
Oh, he's in the mouth.
Maybe he's got the line wrapped around his fin.
Yeah,
Definitely was pulsing, wasn't he?
yeah.
Take a bit of energy out of themselves too.
Stunning fish.
Nice.
Be 5.5, 6 that one, I think.
Certainly 5.
It's bigger than that, Mike. At least 5.5, 6. 5.25.
Yeah, that would be more what I'd think.
Jeez, they're strong, Mike.
They are, eh?
Oh, battlers.
Nice.
Whew. 5.5. You got to give me that.
5, I'd say.
5.25. 5.5. 5.25.
Oh, not even. Just about 5.25.
6.
So who was right? Thank you.
6. Well, just really shallow, pockety stuff up here is the kind of water I'm used to finding fish in at home. So this beautiful fella was holding across the other side there, right across. He had to go out the fly and missed it, or it might have micro dragged. I'm not quite sure, but I got another second chance at him, which is lucky. You don't often get that. Beautiful fish. About 5.5 pound. Well, Mike says 5. Scales say 5.25, but his scales are a bit rusty.
Regardless of its size, it's a great fish for Andrew and a good way to finish a spectacular trip into the sight fishing wonderland of the Kahurangi. And also a nice way for us to start Series 5 of Pure Fly NZ. When you're fishing in what is widely considered to be the best fly fishery in the world, you'd be mad to compromise on quality, which is why Pure Fly NZ has chosen to partner with these great companies. You can rely on their products to deliver the goods for you on your next adventure.